Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am really excited for today's video because it is going to be my second update in my 2019 project pan. I get so excited about the year-long project pans, and I swear, like, after every update that I film, because I film quarterly updates like 2 to 3 weeks in, I'm like, oh, I already can't wait for my next update. So I've got some really exciting progress to share. My project this year is already way more successful than my project last year. My 18 and 2018 was the first time I had done a year-long project pan, and last year was the first year that I really got into project panning. So it was definitely a learning experience, and I feel like I did a better job of selecting the items to work on this year. So I'm really excited to share my progress with you guys, and if you're interested, then stay tuned. But first, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I hope you consider doing so before you go. I post videos every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, sometimes with a few bonus videos tossed in. So I hope you consider subscribing. But other than that, let's get into my progress. So if you guys missed my introduction or my first update, I will leave both linked down below for you guys. But in my first update, I shared with you guys that I had finished off my Marc Jacobs Sugar lip gloss in this little like deluxe size. I said in that update that I didn't know if it had a stopper to take out or not, and I hadn't taken it out. Then I like looked again, and I was able to take the stopper out and use a little bit more of the gloss. So this is a little bit even more used than last time, but this is, I'm definitely calling this one. This is done. Since my first update, I have finished off 6 more products, which is so exciting. So I finished off 7 of my 19 total products, which isn't quite halfway, and I know we're at the halfway mark, but I'm a little nervous about some products, which I'll share with you. And I've actually decided, which I'll get into like later in this video, that I'm going to make this rolling style. It wasn't going to be a rolling project pan, and I know it's kind of weird to do rolling when I'm only doing quarterly updates, but I want to motivate myself a little bit more to use up a few more products in my collection. So side note on that, but let's get back into the progress. I did finish up both foundations that were going in this project. I finished up the Dior Forever foundation. This is one of my favorites. They've either reformulated or repackaged, and I don't know if you can get this anymore. I recently picked up the Dior Forever Dewy, like luminous version, and I like it, but not quite the same as this. I also want to pick up the matte and see if it's more similar to this, because this was my holy grail foundation, and it is done. It is done. So I will be rolling in another foundation, actually a couple more at the end. Like I said, I really want to get through some more products, and this will be like motivation, because right now I'm not working on any foundations in any of my project pans, so it's like unheard of. I also finished up my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I had mine in the shade Nude, which was a little bit dark for me, so I wanted to finish this up. I do plan to repurchase this one by the end of the year, probably during the next Sephora VIB sale. But like I said, I want to get through some other foundations that currently are like not loves in my collection, but not enough to just declutter. And I really want to start to curate my foundation collection for 2020. This will definitely be one of my curated like foundations I want in my collection, because I really do love this, and I'm really excited that I was able to finish this off. I finished off these 2 concealers that I had going. First, I have the Hello Fab Bendy Avocado Concealer by First Aid Beauty. I liked this concealer, but it didn't turn out to be like an all-time fave. I don't think I would repurchase this one. I think I would go with my Laura Mercier over this one, which is the one I'm using right now. So I don't think I'll repurchase, but it wasn't a bad concealer. It just didn't turn out to be like a holy grail. And then, I don't even know if I can talk about this concealer because my feelings for this are so strong. This is the Naked Skin Concealer, and I really dislike this concealer. I have gone through multiple tubes of this. I used to love this concealer, but I hate this concealer now. I did not take the stopper out, so I'm just gonna let you guys know right now. I didn't take the stopper out. I'm sure if I did, I could probably get another 2 to 3 weeks at least of like use of this, but I don't want to. So I'm calling this done. Like, I've gotten enough, like, you probably won't be able to see, but I can see the sides here. I was here at the last update. I've used this so much. I just don't like this. It makes my under eyes look dry. I just don't like this. I was getting anxiety the other day because I just was looking at my collection and getting so upset because I was like forcing myself to use this when I didn't like it, and it just like got me overwhelmed about my whole makeup collection. And I was like, you know what, you're pretty much done with this. Just call it quits. You don't have to take the stopper out. You don't have to keep using it. You can just be done with it, and you can count it as an empty because you used pretty much all of it. So I'm counting this as done, even though the stopper isn't out. Will not repurchase this. Would not recommend this anymore, even though, like I said, I used to love this foundation concealer. Definitely not anymore. And then the last two products that I finished up are the two primers that I had going on in this project. First, from Too Faced, I had their Hangover RX primer. I picked this up during one of the one of the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sales, and this was fine. It's just not a primer that I love, not one that I want in my curated primer collection, which I'm getting closer and closer to. So I will not be repurchasing this. Even if I could get this on sale, I wouldn't purchase it again, just because I have so many other primers, and by so many others, I mean like 3 to 4, that I love so much that I would want to use over this, that there's just no point. And then I also finished off my Becca First Light Priming Filter. I wouldn't repurchase this. I don't dislike this, but I also just don't love it. Again, it's just, I have finally like figured out my holy grail primers. Primers like one category I feel like I've really got nailed for the like my favorites. And this just isn't a favorite. I bought this one, I believe, on sale as well, and I think if I could get this on sale, I still wouldn't purchase it, because primers, I have my loves. So if you guys are interested in seeing my ranking my entire primer collection, so you can like hear more about primers, I'll link it in the cards. But it wasn't hard for me to use this one. The Becca ones take forever to get through. And I'm actually gonna roll another Becca primer into this project to try and get through that one. But excited to have finished up a couple primers. Okay, now getting into the rest of my progress. My shirt. These stupid shirts never want to stay like. Anyway, so I have my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, and I was really hoping to have finished this off by this update. I'm so close, you guys, and I really do like this powder. I just don't think it's worth the $45. So I don't think I'll repurchase this. If I can't find, I've been getting more and more into powder. If I can't find a pressed powder that I like as much as this, maybe down the road I will repurchase this, but I'm going to search for a less expensive option. I like my CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir powder. I think that will do over this. So I believe I will have this done no problem by the next update. I mean, if I don't, then I like probably didn't use it, but I've been enjoying using that. It hasn't been hard to use. It's gone pretty quickly. However, I hit pan on it really quickly, I will say, and I was like, okay, like this is not worth the $45 because I hit pan so quickly. But I've used it a lot the last 3 months and I still haven't finished it, so maybe it is a better, I don't know. My Becca Sunlit Bronzer. So I repressed this. I took a picture before I repressed, and I took a picture right after I repressed, so I can put both of those on the screen for you. And I feel like I thought that I was going to be done with this bronzer by this update, and then I repressed it, and I feel like it's been really slow going. I have been using this quite a bit the last few weeks in preparation for this update because I wanted to finish this, and now I feel like I'm nowhere close to finishing this. This is one of my all-time favorite bronzers. I definitely will repurchase this once I finish this. I'm really excited to have gotten to work on this, and I know I will finish this by the end of the year, which I think I'm going to finish 2 full-size bronzers this year, which is so exciting. What I love about this is it gives a little bit of a sheen. Like, it's not super, super glowy, but it's not a totally matte bronzer either. So it's just absolutely beautiful on the skin. Love this bronzer. Super excited and super happy that I included that in my year-long project. Another product that I am really excited that I included in this project is my Fenty Kilowatt Highlighter, and this is in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. And I had hit pan on this my last update, but the pan has expanded on the subtle side. I don't know if I'll end up hitting pan on the more intense side. I guess I could make that a goal for myself. My goal originally was just to hit pan on the subtle side, and I actually hit pan on this pretty quickly. I was surprised. This is definitely a highlight. When I use up the whole subtle side, I will repurchase this. It is my favorite highlighter in my entire collection. I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. It works so well as a highlight to wear to work that's not super intense, but it's still like there, and it's just beautiful for my skin tone. My new goal, getting back to what I was saying, my new goal is going to be to use up the entire side of the subtle side. I, again, was surprised to hit pan so quickly. But I did, and now I want to challenge myself to use up the entire side. I think it is definitely doable. Like I said, I've expanded the pan quite a bit, So excited to continue to make progress on that. And then the last update, I rolled this highlighter in over one of my blushes because blush just stresses me out to try and pan. I think it's impossible. I do not understand how people pan blush, and if you pan a blush, all the power to you, because I don't think that panning blush is in my future unless I like cheat or like drop it on the floor and it cracks. Does that even count as sitting pan? Anyway, so I had pulled in my Natasha Denona Glow Powder. Now this is just the original glow, not the super glow. And I've hit pan on this. I can't tell you how excited I am to have hit pan on 2 highlighters in my collection. I thought highlighters were like blush in that it was impossible to hit pan on them, but it's not, and I'm so proud of myself. I have some pretty good pan going on this as well, so that is super exciting. My goal for this is just, I don't really have a goal. I don't think I can use this up this year. I just want to continue to track my progress on this, and I'm just happy that I was able to hit pan, and I just want to keep getting use from this. One more highlighting product that I've been working on is the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops, and I thought I had a mark. Oh yeah. Okay. So my mark was right here, kind of like a little bit like right below the C at the top of the teardrop. I don't think you can see. And right now I'm pretty much in about the same spot. I'll mark this. I forgot to mark this before this video. I've only used this a handful of times. Honestly, I used to love this product and I just don't enjoy using liquid highlights as much anymore. I will try to get some good use out of this summer so that I have like a better update next update. And I feel like this is about the best time to get progress because I'm using liquid and cream products more in the summertime. I have a feeling if I waited any longer, I just wouldn't make any more progress on this at all. My goal was to use this up. I don't know if I'll hit that goal. My fingers are crossed. I'm still hopeful. I still like want to challenge myself to do that, but I just don't know. This one makes me nervous. Oh, I forgot to mention, one way I have like started to use this, I used this a couple of weekends ago when my family and I went to the beach. I used it to like highlight my shoulders, and I kind of liked it that way. I feel like I could get some use out of it that way. So we'll see. Like I said, I'm nervous, but still hopeful. Maybe I can hit my goal on that. Speaking of blush, here's my Essence Satin Touch blush. This is what we're looking like. Now I know when I post pictures of like where I was last update and now, or like at the beginning, I know I've worn away the imprint. I know like you can see that I've used the blush, but it's just not motivating enough to me when I look at this. Like I go like this and I barely feel a dip, barely. So today actually, when I went to the gym earlier, I put this on, like I popped this on as an eyeshadow just to like give my eyes a little bit of life. And I think I may start using this as an eyeshadow to try and get some more use out of it, because my goal is still to hit pan on this, and I just don't foresee that happening if I just solely use it as a blush. I am not lying when I say I have been using this 5 days a week minimum. I wear this blush every day to work. I never switch up my blush, even when I want to reach for Buxom Seychelles and wear that blush to work, because it's so much prettier in my opinion. Not that this isn't a pretty blush, but I just really like Buxom Seychelles. Even when I want to reach for that for work, I force myself to wear this every time I go to work. Sometimes I wear this with filming, which adds another day to the week. Like I've used this so much. And I have like over 30 blushes in my collection, so I literally have enough blush to last me like 3 lifetimes. So that's my rant about this. I swear in my 20 in 20 project pan, I don't even want to pull a blush in because it makes me so mad. Maybe I'll pull in Buxom Seychelles though. Maybe. All right, you guys, just a few more products to update you on. So I have my NARS Soft Matte Concealer, and I have lots of progress on this, but what I will say is I use this every single day as an eyeshadow base, and I'm really surprised that this isn't gone. So this for me is like a bang for your buck type of product. I've heard people say they go through this really fast, but I feel like even if I was using this as like concealer or spot concealing, which I occasionally will use it for, I feel like it still just goes really slow. So I think that this is a really nice product. It works really well for me as an eyeshadow base or like an eyeshadow primer. It does a nice job of spot concealing when I need it. I don't use this underneath the eyes. For me personally, it's not one that I like to use under my eyes, but I think it's a great product and one that I would consider purchasing again as an eyeshadow base. I'm not worried about finishing this up. I hope I'm done with this by the next update. I'd be surprised if I wasn't, but at the same time, I kind of thought I would be done by now because I use this so often as well. So that's my update on that. And then I had 2 eyeliners that I was working on or am working on. First is from Essence. It is their Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil. I've used this so much, like pretty much all the writing has worn off. It's just like a dark brown. $2.99 for this. Best eye pencil I've ever used. It stays in the waterline all day. It is such a good eye pencil. I will 100% repurchase this when I finish this, and I've already purchased their nude one too, which I love. I think they have 4 other ones in their line that I want to purchase too, because it's such, I could literally purchase them all for under, well, I could finish my collection out for under $15. So as far as this one is concerned, for my Essence, I have my markings right here. I hope you can see. So with the cap off, this is where I was in the beginning, first update and second update. I've had about the same amount of progress between the first update and the intro as I have between the second update and the first update. Maybe just a hair more in the second update. But this is another one too. I've used this so often. I would say at least minimum 5 times a week. And I've only made that much progress. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like I've sharpened this like 10 to 15 times too. So I don't know if this like grows overnight and I'll never be able to finish it, but this is one that like kind of makes me nervous. I thought this would be a gimme product. It has been interesting to see though how quickly I go through eyeliners, because I thought I went through them very quickly, but this one eyeliner, it seems like it's gonna last me the whole year. And then to challenge myself, I also put in this Urban Decay mini. This is in the shade Starfire. And why I'm saying like to challenge myself is this just isn't an eyeliner that I'm going to use every single day. I think I'll get a lot of use out of this in the fall time. And I actually have this in my waterline today. Here are my updates on this one. So I was here, first update, and I've had more progress now between like the first and second update. So more progress. I'm still, I don't know where the pencil ends in this. I'm nervous about this, but still hopeful I can complete this. All right, and then we'll finish it up with the 3 lip products that I'm working on. So up first, we had from Fenty Beauty, the original Gloss Bomb. When I started, I was right here. I was here at the first update, and I forgot to mark this one too, but I am right here. So I am almost done. If I had worked a little bit harder on this, I definitely could have finished this up by this update. I definitely will repurchase this when I finish this. This is one of my favorite glosses in my collection. It is stunning. I have the other 2. I love all 3. Such a good lip gloss. This will 100% be done by next update. I'm a little disappointed in myself. I didn't work a little harder to finish this. But such a stunning gloss. Easy to use, easy to wear. Like, even when I'm not wearing makeup, I still sometimes will pop this on and it doesn't look weird. So, love this gloss. That should definitely be done by next update. Then from Dose of Colors, I'm working on this liquid lipstick in Lazy Daisy, and I only used this probably 2 or 3 times since the last update, and I think I used it 4 times between the intro and update number 1. So I am a little bit nervous about this, and I do think I'll get some good use out of this in the fall and winter time. Maybe not so much in the summertime. I do really like the shade. It's just, I don't know. I could get away with this in the summertime too, because it is like a lighter mauve. Really pretty. Love the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick formula, and honestly I just really wanted to track how long it would take to use up a liquid lipstick, and I definitely don't see myself using this up this year. This might be a fail, but that's okay. And then the last product is my Tarte Rainforest of the Sea lipstick in Rum Punch. I love this lipstick. This is my favorite lipstick in my collection. It's just such a beautiful color. There it is right there, and I've worn this quite a bit, but I feel like I still have a lot of progress left. So here is first update right here. I forgot to do an introduction, and then here's second update. I've used this a ton, and I feel like the line has barely moved. If I roll this all the way up, as you can tell, I still have quite a bit of product left there. If I worked really hard on this, I think I could finish it. I still want to challenge myself to finish this, but this is a product that's beginning to make me just a hair nervous. Alright guys, so those were the 19 products that I originally started with, and like I had mentioned at the beginning of this video, I do want to roll in 7 more products to work on. I had gone back and forth between wanting to start a whole new project, and then I was like, no, I have enough projects going on right now. I think I'll just roll a few in, hope that I can finish them by the next update, and hope that maybe, even if I can't finish all of my products that I started with, maybe I'll still be able to then complete 19 products by the end of the year, and it'll just be fun to track some more progress on products. So, because I finished up 2 foundations, I want to roll in 2 more foundations. First, I have from number 7, the Lift and Illuminate foundation, and I only have about half of this left. I will mark this again. This shouldn't be too hard for me to finish up. I used to love this foundation, and I just don't love it as much as I used to. It's not the right shade for me, and foundation is another area of my makeup collection that I would really like to have more curated as I go into 2020. So I want to use up some foundations that just aren't going to make the cut, this being one of them. And then from Dr. Jart, I have their BB Beauty Balm. I don't really like this at all, and I have only used this a few times, like a handful of times. So this is like hard packaging. It's not actually a squeeze tube, even though it kind of looks like it. So I can't really tell where I am, but this is just about full. The shade on this is not great. This does have SPF 45, and it is very luminous. Like, it's too luminous. I feel like I need to set it. But I'm hoping I can get some great use out of this summer, and maybe get this used up by the end of the summer so that I can just have this out of my collection. This is one product I kind of wish I had returned because I just dislike it kind of that much. If I get too frustrated using this, I will just end up decluttering it. But I did spend however much, I can't remember how much this is. It's expensive though. I did spend that money on it, and I would love to use this up. So I'm gonna roll in those 2 foundations. Like I said, I'm also not working on any other foundation throughout any of my projects currently. So I'm hoping it'll be a good time to really work on those foundations. Actually, I did just roll in a foundation to my Roulette Pan collab. So I'll have 3 foundations to be working on. So I also used up 2 primers. I want to work on 2 more primers. Now this one is the Becca Backlight priming filter. This won't make it as part of the cut of my curated primer collection. So that's part of the reason I want to just use it up, get it out of my collection. I have almost the whole bottle left of this, and I know this will take me probably a good 2 to 3 months to get through. This does have some shimmer to it, so I think it's, or like an illumination to it. So perfect time to try and use this up this summer. And then I also wanted to use up another illuminating primer because I just know it's not gonna make it in my curated primer collection. But I didn't want to have 2 illuminating primers to work on, so I chose the No Problem Primer, the Smooth and Pore Covering Primer from Touch in Sol. I have almost a full jar of this too. This one I do like, and I think I would repurchase this when I finish this. I'm just curious to see how quickly I can go through this, and wanted to work on another primer. So those are the 2 primers that I will be working on. Now I did finish off 2 concealers, but concealers are, they take me a little bit longer to go through, so I decided to roll in a concealer and a setting spray. So the concealer that I'm rolling in is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. With all of the drama surrounding Wet n Wild, I just kind of want to use this up and get it out of my collection. It's a bummer because I actually do really enjoy this concealer, but I just don't feel like supporting Wet n Wild right now. So I have about 2/3 of this left. I really like this concealer. It's not hard for me to use. I think I could easily finish this up by the next update. And then I have my MAC Fix Plus Original. Again, I need to mark this one, but I have about 3/4 of this left. This won't be an issue for me to finish up. I have 2 other MAC Fix Pluses currently in my collection, and this is my oldest one. So I just need to use this up, and I'm kind of curious to see how quickly I can use it up. So I thought that would be a good one to include. And then I wanted to include 1 lip product since I finished up that lip gloss mini from Marc Jacobs. I want to include another mini in its place. This is from Buxom. It is one of their full-on lip creams in the shade Pink Lady. And it's just this really soft baby pink lip gloss. Thought it would be an easy one to use in the summertime. I think this one will take a good amount of time to use up. Lip products in general take me a while to use up, but I'm really curious as to how quickly I can use it up. If I could finish it by the next update, that would be awesome, to just use up another product. I thought this would be a fun one to include. And after that, that is going to conclude my second update in my 19 products in 2019 project. I hope you guys enjoyed this update, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!